welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we're going to be bringing you the second part of our gameplay of Time of Legends, Joan of Arc. This is the scenario No More Room in Hell, which is the only solo scenario that comes with the first wave of this game. There are there are some more solo scenarios coming in wave 2. So we'll kind of see what all we get when that shows up here in the next couple of weeks. Now, I do want to also mention our sponsor, Board Game Co. This is a website where you can buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. They have fantastic stock of games over there. They've got really good prices. You can trade games over there, get games off your shelf. They just aren't making it to your table. Trade them out for some new ones. You can sell games over there, and of course, you can buy games as well. Board Game Co. makes it easy to buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. But let's get right down to the table and see if I can beat the scenario Unleash Hell. No, that's not the name of the scenario. That's the name of the expansion with the devil. This scenario is called No More Room in Hell. A lot of hell going on here. Let's get to the table. All right, so starting off with my Bowman and John Stewart of Darnley. Let's go ahead and throw an activation order out here, and we will move them here. And then another activation order to get them to here. Now I'm pretty sure I'm going to go ahead and build a wall here. Oh, now by the way, also every activation order that I use allows me to use an additional card from the river. No more than once per card though. So essentially I'm probably going to get all 3 cards throughout each round. So we'll go on and say that this one was the one that I took at the beginning. So that's 3 experience points, which will go right here and can be used for reinforcing stakes as well as walls. And then that second activation will say got us this reactivation token. All right, so now for my third activation, we'll activate these guys right here, which are of course, my halberdiers and Robert Knowles. And we're actually just going to, for now, we are going to go ahead and build stakes. They're in a forest, which allows them to build stakes. So we're going to go ahead and build some stakes right here. And stakes can be reinforced up to, I can add 2 tokens to stakes, 2 experience points. Oh, real quick. Well, let's finish these guys up. Then we got to go back to these guys because they are actually within 3 spaces now of a couple of these tokens up here. But let's finish these guys. I don't think I'm going to reinforce those yet because I'm not. We'll see where the guys are coming. These guys are actually going to be closer to some enemies faster, so we'll let that play out. We'll probably focus on building walls up here. So now that we've got these stakes built, so really this one would have been unflipped when they moved to this space here, because 1, 2, 3 they unflip with 3 spaces away, or excuse me, 3 areas away. So here we have number 2, which as you can see in the book, number 2, normal difficulty, 4 skeletons. All right, so the skeletons, obviously melee, foot soldiers, they attack with 1 yellow die. When defending, cancel 1 push. If at least 1 other skeleton unit is in the same area, they attack with an additional yellow die. And here's a closer look of what we're dealing with here. Let's see if we can get that to focus. There you go. 2 different models right there. I believe there's actually a third in there, but it's not out on the board right now. Also, some of these skeletons, or some of these troops have multiple versions of themselves. Skeletons have 2 or 3, I believe. I'm only using whatever the normal base level version is. I think you probably could swap those in and out. you know, as you see fit, change up some of the powers a little bit, but I'm just using normal base level right now. Just that's just kind of the decision I made here. All right, so moving on, 1, 2, 3. So this was going to flip over as well. We have 3 right there, which is going to bring us 2 more skeletons and 1 heretics. Okay, so I was telling you about the third model for the skeletons. You can see right here, he's this guy kind of playing some kind of wind instrument there. And this base actually has all 3 of the skeleton types on there. And then the heretics actually are not affiliated. You think they might be unholy, but they are not. They are unaffiliated. And then you have melee with black and yellow dice, foot soldiers, defense with a yellow die. When attacking, if the heretics inflict at least 1 push to a level 2 character, this character is downgraded to level 1. And when defending, blank results in gaining a legend token, but that's going to be irrelevant for this particular scenario since the AI isn't going to use those. And here they are, right here. See, they're throwing some kind of device there or swinging it. I don't know if that's some incense or something. All right, so moving on, I think we will do these guys. Now the Culverin is a war machine, so it can only move 1 space per round. We'll move it up here, try to get that additional range for it. And of course that is Seguin de Battleful. We'll just call him Seguin. There with them. And then finally, we've got the Executioner and the Inquisitor and Arno de Servole. We're going to move into here. And we'll go ahead and do another activation with them and build some stakes here. Let's put them on this edge. I believe, is it, I can build 2 stakes, I think, at a time from a forest on one of the edges of the area. Okay, so let's think about this. Yeah, we're definitely going to do them here because this actually is a rally point or a spawn point possibly. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2. No, can't. And these guys, 1. No, nobody else is getting revealed yet. So let's move back over here real quick. So let's do an activation here, and we're going to use that activation to build a wall here. We'll go ahead and reinforce that. I'm going to use all 3 of these. It says you can reinforce during the construction, or I'll read exactly what it says to you. It says the construction can be reinforced if the player spends up to 3 experience points. In a different spot, it says 4 experience points, so I'm going to assume that it's in fact up to 4 experience points because that is mentioned when it starts talking about exactly how these experience points work to protect the wall. But anyway, I only have 3 to spend right now, so that's really kind of irrelevant. I'm going to assume that to spend these, I have to do it when the construction occurs, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, put those 3 right there. And we'll spread them out just so it's easier for you to see how many there are. And that's going to help the wall stand up to pressure from monsters trying to get through. And then finally, I'm going to do a reactivation here. And because I'm on that hill, I get 1 additional range. But actually, I just realized I don't even need that extra range because they already have a range of 2 areas, or I'm sorry, 2 hexes. So they can get either one of these hexes. Now, being up here would allow me to then get to this hex, but obviously without knowing what's there, I can't really fire into it yet. So who am I gonna shoot at? I think we'll fire into this group right here. So my bowmen are each gonna use 3 yellow dice because John Stewart is providing them an extra yellow die each. John Stewart obviously is only melee, so he can't participate in this attack. So here we go. All right, so we have one disrupt. Not the greatest results here. The disrupt's great, of course, but then we have 4 pushes. And then a blank. So that really is irrelevant. And then we have to do the defense for, oh, and see, when defending, cancel 1 push. So there's 2, that's for the skeletons. There's 2 skeleton units here. So 2 of these pushes are already gone. Now the heretic gets 1 yellow die. So really they're only rolling 1 yellow die here for defense. And they did get 1 shield here, which means that this is canceled out. So after all that, just 2 pushes is all I get. But I think I'll push the heretics here and the skeletons here. Kind of break up those skeletons, because when they are together, they make each other stronger for attacks. And that's gonna be the end of my turn. So I'm gonna store that one right there. So the first thing we do to determine the order of activation for the undead army is going to throw a black die and see what happens here. If we get, okay, the shield is the one thing we were looking for there. And if we get that, then we're going to activate the northeasternmost units first, and then go down from the east to the west, north to south, until all units have been activated. If we got any other result, then we would start at the southwesternmost units and then travel north and east. Okay, so the way this works is, first we're going to be starting with these skeletons over here. We take a look at their AI card here, and we go from top to bottom until one of these things happens. So the first thing is group up. Skeletons move to the closest area south containing at least 1 skeleton unit. Well, there are no areas south containing a skeleton unit, so we can ignore that. Next, we've got march forward. Skeletons move 1 area south. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And remember, the whole point here for the undead is they're trying to get off the bottom of the board here, because that's where civilization is that we're trying to defend. Now, are they going to go this direction or this direction? 1 area south? Well, we have to roll for that as well. And if we get a shield result, they'll move southeast. If we get a anything else, they'll move southwest. By the way, this right here is a dice tower from foldedspace.net. Go over there, check them out. They make inserts, but this dice tower is definitely my favorite dice tower I've used because of how nice and quiet it is, but it still has a kind of satisfying sound to it. So let's see what happens here with this. Oh, right over the top there. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? All right. So we have a disrupt, which means we're going to go southwest. So southwest, right here, in the direction. So we're obviously no wall here, but that is their turn, so we can get a wall built on the next go round to help defend against them. All right, so now, again, skeletons here. So again, they're actually going to do the group up. Skeletons move to the closest area south containing at least 1 skeleton unit. So now they would do that, and in my mind the way that works is they would actually move all the way to here. However, they can't do that because this area is full. It already has 4 units in it. Oh wait, no, that can hold 6 units, not 4. So they will move there. So these skeletons will just move straight to this area. And now moving on to here, we have skeletons and heretics. So there is a specific order that units activate. If there are multiple units in the same area, they're activated heretics, mounted knights, wolves, ghosts, skeletons, and then plague bearers. Well, we've got heretics first, so let's do them. All right, so attack. Heretics attack the adjacent area, which contains the most units. Well, there's no one adjacent for them to attack, so we can ignore that. Rock throw, arcing shot, 2 hexes. They can hit this hex and that hex. Well, we have the trees here. It's an arcing shot though, so it can go over the trees. So yes, either one of these hexes can be the target. So let's see what it says. Heretics attack the area containing the most units in their firing range. The area containing the most units, so it's going to be this one right here. Blank results are assigned to terrain elements, such as stakes and walls, and destroy stakes or remove 1 experience point from walls. If a wall is hit with a blank result while having no experience points tokens, it's destroyed. Okay, heretics can only move through. Heretics can only move through event cards. Oh, I see. Okay, so heretics generally stay where they're at unless an event card makes the move. And we'll see event cards here in a minute. So they are going to take an arcing shot right here. And I'm assuming they're going to use their normal black and yellow dice that they have on their card. Oh, by the way, y'all, I forgot. With the Inquisitor, when he activated, I should have rolled a black die to see if I got a shield. So let's do that real quick. I did. So that would have been an extra experience point. Because that he can get either an experience point or a legend token from rolling a shield at the beginning of his turn. We'll take the experience point, and that would have been gained prior to building this wall, so I would have gone ahead and maxed this wall out. And then the Inquisitor also has prayer, which I would have used as well, and that would give me another experience point. But this one I'll just put down. I'm not sure. I can't remember the exact order. Well, I guess I would have put it on that stake for sure. Well, no, because, well, yes, I would have had 5. I would have known only 4 could go there. So I will put this 1 experience point here at the stake to reinforce it. Okay, so back to the heretics. I also need to remember to use my command actions. I have a real hard time remembering my command actions, so hopefully we can do that. All right, so here is the attack from the heretics, and we have a push and a shield. The shield is not going to do anything for them, so we'll take that off. But then for these guys, well, let's see if we can get 1 shield. That's all we need to stop this. We've got a black and a red from Arnaud, and then a black from the Inquisitor, and a white from the Executioner. We got 2 shields actually, so we're good to go. And yeah, that attack is averted. So then we have the skeletons, which again are going to group up. And if anybody can find out for sure if I'm playing this wrong, let me know. But I believe these skeletons are supposed to be able to quickly group together like this. Just jump across the battlefield like that, pop up kind of with each other. That's how I understand that group up to work. So somebody let me know if they have confirmation that that is not the way, or if there's a rule that I'm missing somewhere as far as that goes. So we draw an event card. We're now in the camp phase. We draw an event card. All right, we have, oh, come on. Evil reinforcements. Every unit from the Army of the Dead on the side of the board, gets deployed following the rule, the Undead rise again. After deployment, activate all units you just deployed. Well, there's no one on the side of the board, so we're fine there. So nothing happens. Fantastic. So what happens when you can't resolve the event card is instead all undead units, or all enemy units move 1 area south, including the tokens up here. So now we're going to roll to see where these tokens and the heretics are going to go. Now the skeletons can't move south, and if they can't move at least southeast or southwest, meaning if they can't move in a direction to get closer to the edge of the board, then they're not going to move at all. And because remember, they're trying to get down this way. If they move here or here, they're still just as far away from the edge, and so they're going to stay right where they're at. However, the heretics and those other 2 tokens are going to move. So these are the heretics. not a shield, so they could go southwest. Now that question mark is not a shield, so southwest, and now 1, 2, 3 away, so we have a 6, which is 1 plague bearers. All right, so here are the plague bearers. They have 1 white die for their melee attack. They have support and terror 2 as their abilities. So real quick, let's see what those are. Support means if at least 3 units of the same name with this skill are in the same area and are attacking together, aiming at the same area, then add 1 white die to the attack roll. All right, and then the terror 2 means that when an attack is declared against the plague bearers, that I'll have to roll 2 yellow dice, and then for each push result, an attacking unit ends up not attacking. They take the wait action instead. All right, and then you can see also when defending, cancel 1 disrupt result. Here you go. Here are the plague bearers. So you got that bell tied around their neck. Pretty nasty looking guys. And then finally, that last question mark up there is going southwest as well. And I believe, yes, we are now 1, 2, 3 away. We have number 1, which is going to be 1 ghost and 2 plague bearers. So for the ghosts, we have 3 white dice when attacking, 3 white dice when defending. They are immortal, which for this scenario won't matter a whole lot because all of the enemies essentially are immortal. And then once per turn, if you spend 1 legend token, ghosts gain haste 2 and can move through enemy area but not stop into it. Pretty much irrelevant because they don't use legend tokens here. Ghosts are not affected by terrain modifiers. That could possibly have some effect. We will see. And here are the ghosts. Oh, okay, so that was the end of that round. Now, somehow I can't count, and I should only have had 4 tokens left over here. I actually had 2 blank tokens mixed in, and obviously we knew none of those blank tokens were out there already, so I went in, found the extra blank token, took it out, and now we only have 1 blank token here, and the rest are good. So now we're going to place those out, and they're going to go out here in the original 4 spaces. Now, of course, we know that these 2 are going to automatically be revealed because of these guys right here, who, by the way, are in some pretty significant danger right now. Let's go on and reveal this one. Number 8, so that one is a decoy, so fortunately nothing is going to go there. That means this one definitely has something. This is number 4. Number 4, we've got 1 skeleton, 1 mounted knight. All right, so here are the mounted knights. They have charge, which probably is going to be irrelevant. Well, we'll see what their card says. And they are melee with 2 red dice, mounted, and have a black die for defense. And here you go. All right, so let's see what we're going to go with for this round. We have 3 activation orders again, plus the 5 characters that are out there. So I'll have 8 activations added once again, plus the 1 I had left over. So really have 9 activations available to me now. These are going to go away, and actually I think technically went away in the camp phase. And so now we've got move 1 of your rally points and rally 1 allied unit, or gain a charge token. The charge itself won't do me any good, but it can still work as a regular activation. So that's probably what I end up doing. I can also, see this one's going to be pretty much useless to me. Transfer 1 regular activation into a charge, but it could be good just for storage purposes. And gain 2 legend cards and a legend token, and then discard 1 legend card. So I haven't really been focusing on gathering legend tokens so far because of using the experience points to reinforce walls. I also need to think about having those experience points to upgrade Jon Stewart, but it could be a good time. Well, you know what, let's go ahead and do this right now. This will be the very first thing I do. So I'll gain that legend token. So Reign of Frogs, this is going to cost 3 legend tokens. I only have 1 so far. At the start of your turn, declare a 3 yellow dice attack against any area and all adjacent areas. Defending units can defend themselves but not use their skills. Okay. And here we have hit and run. This only costs 1. After you complete an attack, move one of your attacking units to an adjacent area. This could be, let's grab this. We can't do it yet, but we could save up for it. That's pretty cool. And actually, just so I can remember, I'll go and flip that over. I've already used that one. Okay, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is activate these guys because Arno and the Inquisitor both have prayer. So we will take 2 experience points that we're going to use in a minute to upgrade our man over there, Jon Stewart. So that was their prayer. Oh, and also, of course, the Inquisitor needs to roll the black die at the beginning of his turn. He does get the shield again, which means we could take an experience point, which we'll need. Okay, so it takes 2 experience points to upgrade Jon Stewart. You can see there. Flip him to this side. Then at the beginning of every round, I need to pay 1 during the upkeep phase. I need to pay 1 experience point to keep him upgraded. So even though I'm tempted to take a legend token, I'm going to take 1 more experience point for now, just to make sure I'm able to keep him upgraded. And then we'll start collecting those legend tokens to try to get Reign of Frogs set up. Also, I'll go ahead and use this one here to take a charge token. So then the question becomes, do I move these guys up or do I wait for the undead to come towards me? I think probably need to wait. Instead, maybe, I just realized that the building of these stakes and walls, each unit in that area can do that. So I could have built another wall over here. I'm not going to retcon that now. I think that's a little bit too much at this point. Besides, the wall actually would have been taken down by these guys anyway, because the way that works is the wall by itself can withstand, I believe, 2 units. Yeah, and then once I get up to 3 experience points, it can handle 3 units, and 4 experience points, it can handle 4 units or more. But there's obviously 6 units there, so the wall would have fallen. So no need to worry about that. But I will go ahead and build stakes here. Is there any reason? There's no reason to do it here or here. I will build stakes there, though. Yeah, I think we're good there. So now I will activate these guys. And now Seguin does have an ability to reduce the cost of a legend card by 1. So that's something that could be worthwhile to keep in mind. He also has the engineer ability, which would let him build a fire if we wanted him to. But what I'm going to do with Seguin is he will build a wall. Actually, before we build the wall, I'm going to have the Culverin fire into the Plague Bearers or here. We'll fire into this group here. Yeah, so the Culverin fires 3 yellow dice, and blank results count as pushes. So we have a disrupt, a push, and then a blank result that is a push. Okay, and then the Plague Bearers have no defense but do cancel 1 disrupt. And then let's see, the Heretics have 1 yellow die for defense. Disrupt, that doesn't do anything. So I get 2 pushes. So I might as well push them just farther back. Oh, also, you know, I just realized, remember before when I pushed the heretics and the skeletons, I believe there's actually an order for assigning damage. Yeah, skeletons, then plague bearers, then wolves, then heretics, mounted knights, ghosts. Basically the opposite of the activation order. Well, not quite, almost the opposite. But both skeletons should have gotten pushed. You know, we can't go back and fix that now, but we'll keep that in mind for future damage assignment. All right, so that was the culverin. Now we'll have Seguin build the wall. The reason I did that was because if the culverin had managed to kill somebody, then I would have gotten an experience point, and then I could use that to reinforce the wall. All right, so now let's move over here where we're going to spend the 2 experience points to upgrade John Stewart. And let's look and see exactly what the differences are here. So the white and red turns into red and red. He has charge and feint here, but now he has charge, engineer, and rally, which makes him basically a moving rally point. Up to 2 bowmen in John Stewart's area gain the +1 yellow die, same thing there. But then when defending, cancel 1 push, and his defense is black, also black there, so that's the same. His command ability has kind of increased a bit as well. Oh, I just realized, we'll back up just slightly here, that Seguin is able to use his command ability, I'm fairly certain, to make the culverin attack one more time. So we're going to have the culverin fire into these guys. Okay, so we're going to have the culverin fire into that crowd. Oh, so we got a shield, which is pointless, and then 2 blanks, which are pushes. So we'll pull those out real quick. All right, and it was the plague bearers who have no defense and cancel 1 disrupt, and then we have the ghosts, which are going to roll 3 white dice. Oh, that's a black die that comes out. We did get 1 shield already, so that's going to cancel out 1 of the pushes. And then 1 more white die, a blank. So 1 push gets through, and I think the plague bearers are probably going to take that before the ghost does. Yes. So 1 of the plague bearers gets pushed. Push him back here. Okay. So moving back over to John Stewart, who has just upgraded to level 2. So we've activated them, and we're going to have them obviously fire into those skeletons that are bearing down on top of them, or maybe even. Well, no, if they back up, then John Stewart can't take part in the attack, and I want his 2 red dice. All right, so John Stewart has 2 red dice. Each of the bowmen are going to have 3 yellow dice, thanks to John Stewart. So it's going to be 6 yellow dice total. And for all the yellow dice, the shields will count as disrupt. All right, so we've got disrupt. Disrupt. The red shield doesn't do anything. Push, push, and push. And then 2 blanks that don't do anything. That almost makes me want to re-roll. We are going to re-roll that. We're going to use our once per game re-roll to re-roll. We'll keep these 2 disrupts. Bring that back out. Bring those back out. All right, here we go. Another red shield. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we did get this yellow shield, which turns into a disrupt. And another disrupt. And we end up with 2 pushes and 1 blank. All right. So a little bit better. So then let's see what they do. The skeletons again. They cancel 1 push, so these are going to go away because there's more than 2 skeletons there. They have no defense though, so we have 4 disrupts here, and so that's going to take 4 skeletons out of commission. I'll show you where these guys are going to go. They all go down here, and then in the camp phase we'll see if they end up respawning or if they're going to stay in there for a little longer. Normally you'd see if they could die, but because of the special rules for this game, none of my enemies can die. So that's just kind of the way that is. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to build this wall here. Not going to reinforce it because I only have the 1 experience point left that's going to need to be used for John Stewart. But I have these 2 guys here, and the wall, oh, I have to reinforce it. In that case, I'm not even going to build it yet because it's pointless, because they're going to tear it down at the end of this turn. So we'll hold on to that and we'll see, but I want to make sure John Stewart stays fully upgraded. So what else can I do here? Well, I guess I will activate these guys and move them into this space. And I think that might be it. I think that might be it for now. So in my turn real quick, drop these down into here. These are going to go away. And this drops down into here. All right, and let's see which direction we're activating. All right, we got a shield, so that's from north to south, west to east, right? No, from northeast to southwest. Up here first, all right, we've got the plague bearers up there. All right, so plague bearers attack, but there's no adjacent area. All right, so then march forward 1 area to the south. All right, they're going to go southwest. It says go east to west and then move down. So I'm going to go across the top and then move down like that. So now we've got these 2 guys. And we do heretics first, I think. So there's no one adjacent. So instead we'll do the rock throw. They again have, well, they can get any of these 3 right here. The most units are these 2. So is there a tiebreaker? There's not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so over here, we're going to attack the Executioner and all those guys again with the rock throw. And it's just 1 set of heretics, so black and yellow. We got a shield and a push. Shield doesn't do anything. Push, so we're only going to need 1 shield from the good guys here. And who do we have again? We've got I have to do black and red, black and white. And we did get a shield, so we're good to go there. And then the plague bearers again. Again, nobody adjacent, so move 1 area south. They're going to go southeast, this direction. So now we've got the knights and the skeletons. The knights are going to go first. So charge. Now the knights move 2 areas south with the following behavioral priorities. They leave the board from the southernmost edge. They attack the adjacent area which contains the least units. All right, so which direction? We're going to go southeast. And this one, the only way south is here. And nobody to attack. Then we've got the skeletons. Group up, all right. Well, here we go. They will go right here. Now, we haven't activated these 2 guys yet, so let's do that. We've got plague bearers again. Oh, wait, or do the ghosts go first? Ghosts and then plague bearers. Ghostly Whale. Every area adjacent to the ghost containing player units is attacked. That's none of them. Okay, no areas. So move 4, ghost move 1 area south. All right, the only way south here is to here. And then the plague bearers. They don't attack, so they're going to move one area south, also to here. And that's everybody. Okay. Oh, wait, no, not everybody. 2 of these skeletons have not activated yet. So they can't group up, they can't march forward, so they're going to attack. Skeletons attack the adjacent area which contains the least units. Well, there's only one adjacent area that has units. So that's going to be 2 sets of skeletons. They're going to have 2 yellow dice each because they're grouped together like that. All right, so we've got 3 pushes. Now, John Stewart automatically cancels 1 push. And now for defense, we have a black die from John Stewart and a white from each of the bowmen. 2 defense, perfect. So that cancels all those out. We're good to go there. All right, moving on into the camp phase. Our stakes and walls are all good still. So now we've got to draw the next event card. And we've got Ferocious Assault. All units from the Army of the Dead gain +1 white die for melee attacks during the next round. All right, I'm going to leave this out. Well, now I will put it right here in the middle of all my troop cards for the Army of the Dead, just so I don't forget that. All right, so here we go. So these skeletons, that would be a kill, but they'll just stay where they're at. We'll just move them over here so we remember for the moment. Say these skeletons next. Delayed rally. Okay, so they'll come out not this time, but the next time. These skeletons. We have a rally. And the final ones, we have a rally. All right, so it could have been worse. All right, so normally what would happen now is I would roll the die for each of the rallying units, and if I got a disrupted result, they would rally here in the ruins. But they can't do that because my guys are there. So instead, the only other rally point is right here. So both of those skeletons will rally here. All right, so that is the end of the second round. We have to survive 5 total, so let's move on into the next one. All right, so through 2 rounds, I'm doing pretty good. Doing all right, haven't lost anybody yet. Everybody, all my guys are still alive. Keeping the undead away from the town, which is at the bottom of the board. Keeping them, you know, I can only let 2 of them get through before I lose. So hopefully we can keep doing as well as we have been so far. Very happy with my progress to this point. So hope you enjoyed the video so far. Come back for the 3rd part in just a few days, I hope. And until next time, if you're bored online, bored offline.